Y'all, I hope I'm getting somebody in here. I had to restart the live because it wouldn't let me go live. There was something wrong with it, so I'm trying to check the settings now to see what I've got going here. I got Frida. Hey, Frida. I don't know what went wrong with this thing. I mean, I set it up and everything, and then it told me it was not set up for kids, and I mean, I know that, but it wouldn't let me go live. But I got to take care of some settings here before I can get started. But I've got it set for subscribers only because I don't want people. Oh, I got to change this. I've got it set up too high. And it's loose. It was about to fall over. Now let me get my chat up here. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what went wrong. I had it all set up right, but just like I had the previous one, but it wasn't doing right. I had to, it kept telling me I couldn't go live to restart a live, delete the old one and start over. So that's what I had to do. I hope I get people in here, though. I mean, I hope I didn't lose people because of it. I've got 15 it shows watching so far. Okay, I got Joshua, Frida, Tamara Douglas. So we are getting people back. I got 17 watching, even though all of them are not in chat. Happy St. Patty's Day to y'all. And I did end up with some green. I was going to wear my lucky shirt that was green, and I ended up putting this one on, and I said, oh, well, it's got green on it. It's okay. And there's Tamara Aimling. Hello, Tamara. I got both Tamaras in the house. Yeah, anytime I give away prizes, I want the subscribers only. I mean, if you're not a subscriber, you don't get a chance to win anything. You have to at least subscribe before you can win. And there's Terry Damon. Hello. How's Terry doing? And I decided to leave. I don't know if any of you have watched the video that I posted this morning about, we had a freeze last night and I had to cover up my uh, fig trees and my tomato plants and all that stuff. And I'm going to leave them covered today. It's not going to hurt them. I'll take the covers off tomorrow because it's supposed to, they're predicting we'll probably get down to about 34 tonight. And sometimes if they say 34, it might be 32. It may be freezing. So just as a precaution, I'm going to go ahead and leave those covers on my totes and buckets and my fig trees, my grapevines and tomato plants and all that. Who's going to win today? I have no idea. It's how many people know the answer to the questions. And I know you can't see it, but that little orange there, it's a fox. And underneath or to the side of the fox, it says, always be clever. Always be clever. Because you know they say the foxes are clever. They're smart. And then there's the bracelet that's going to go with it. And like I said, the bracelet is adjustable. You can tighten it or loosen it up a little. And there's Barbara Maggart. Hello, Barbara. Joshua said he can imagine he'll win. Well, you might. You never know. As kids know who you are. I don't know. We end up with kids coming into live chat sometimes anyway. They're like 12 or so, and they use their parents' account. But I've got it set to no kids because I don't want a bunch of kids coming into the lives. It causes too many problems. Do you have a lady? Yeah, that's interesting to know. Does Joshua have a lady in his life that if he wins this necklace and bracelet that he can give it to? Oh, my arm is so sore I can hardly pick it up and reach for anything. The muscles are so sore up in the shoulder. I go to raise it up like that, I have to push it up a little bit because it hurts. Yeah, whoever the winner is, it just depends on how many videos you watched and how well you paid attention to what was done or said in the video. Got 21 in the house, 22. We'll give them time to get in here before we get started. I got about 9 or 10 questions, so it'll take a few minutes to ask them. But I want to give everybody time to get in here, especially after I had to delete out the live and restart another one. I don't know what was wrong with the settings. I keep getting people coming in and out. We're down to 20 now. There's Gladys. Hey, Gladys. Everyone, unfortunately, my nurse here is taking blood. She was not supposed to come today. She's taking blood. I'll be watching for trolls, you know, most of the questions. Well, who knows, Gladys? You might win. We're going to wait a while until people get into chat because I had to delete out the live and then restart a new one because it wouldn't let me go live. So I want to give people time to get in here. But you know, they say on St. Patty's Day you need to wear green or you'll get pinched. I got my green on. How many of you watching have your green on? Are y'all wearing green? And there's Jeannie. Hello, Jeannie. Frida said yes, so she's wearing green. Tamara Ameling says green. I got to thinking after I chose the prizes, I should have gotten something that had green, but I didn't think about that before I chose what I was going to give away. And I said, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be green. As long as you're wearing green, so you don't get pinched. So what's everybody doing today? It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here. The sun's out. It was overcast and cloudy yesterday. I mean, during the time I was doing the live yesterday, it was beautiful outside, only the wind was still blowing. But then after the live ended, about a half hour later, everything got cloudy. It got gloomy looking, and it stayed that way the rest of the day with the wind just howling. Thank goodness the wind is not blowing today. My sidewalk is covered with leaves again. I got to get the yard raked and get those leaves into the compost bin and into the garden area as mulch. The way I've been doing it, I just haven't had time or felt like getting out there doing it. Oh no, it's snowing where Frida is. It's going to be like 67 here today. It was like 46 for a high yesterday. But it'll be 67 today. It'll probably be 70s, in the 70s or so tomorrow. And then it's going to be in the 80s and then the 90s. So it's warming up. You know, we had these couple of cold nights. And it'll be cool tonight. But then tomorrow night it'll be in the high 40s. So I'll be able to uncover everything. And hopefully we won't have any more freezes the rest of this season until fall. Jennifer Weaver said it's only 44 here today and we had snow yesterday. Oh no. Where are you at, Jennifer? Tamara Aimling said she warmed up to 22 today. Thank goodness for small favors, huh? I can't imagine it being 22 degrees. Oh no, that's too cold. The colder it gets, the more my bones ache. 24 here in Indiana, where Jeannie is. Yeah, I'll take 67. That's what it's going to be here today. It's, I don't know what it is right now. Let me take a look. Let me see. It's 61 degrees right now. Well, every time I get on an app, it tells me a different degrees. Like this one says it's going to be 65 today, 45 tonight. But then on the other app that I look on my phone, it's several degrees cooler. Like they say here, it got down to 31 last night. It was 45 yesterday, but it was 46 degrees yesterday for a high. And it was down to at least 30 because when I went to bed, it was 30 degrees. And I haven't checked my plants today. But tomorrow it's going to be 45 at night, and then it's going to be after that 50s, 60s. It'll be in the 70s and 80s during the day. Yeah, so hopefully we're not going to have any more freezes, hopefully. $80 here in NorCal. Unusual spring for us. I know this weather's been crazy, but I always know, even though it's in the 70s, 80s, and maybe sometimes 90s in March, there's usually like the second or third week in March that we got a snowstorm one year. And I always know, don't get too confident. I'm always prepared to cover up my plants because I know, like the second or third week in March, sometimes it gets cold, just like it did last night. It got down to 30. So I definitely wanted to protect my plants a little bit. Y'all hold on a minute. $80 here, yeah. Oh, my arm. Yeah, that 24 and 22 degrees, I couldn't handle that. That's cold winter nighttime here sometimes. And I don't like it then, so. Nisomi from Germany. Well, I'm glad you made it, Nisomi. This works out perfectly for me since I'm on vacation and the time difference doesn't matter to me. What time is it there in Germany? I have no idea. Lucky was so funny last night. He finally wanted to come in the house. He got in his little cat house outside on the porch. And when I turned the light on, he raised his head up. And then I opened the door and he come out of that little house and come to the door wanting to come in. Usually that's what he'll do. If he's done roaming around, he'll come get in his little cat house if I haven't opened the door to let him in yet. Until I let him in the house. And when I let him in the house, he went straight to his little cat bed. And he got in there and laid his head up on the side of it and went to sleep. He loves that little bed. It's real soft. I guess it feels like cat fur to him. And he feels like he's laying with other cats or kittens or his mama. I don't know. Tamara said, I'm trying to thaw some milk so I can make some Irish soda bread to go with my meal. Oh, that sounds good. It's 8:30 p.m. And see, it's only, what, barely 2:30 p.m. here, so you're like 6 hours ahead of us. Yeah, he's outside roaming around now. I don't know what I'll fix for dinner tonight. Haven't decided yet. I knew I was forgetting something. I need to get me my pen. Where's my pen? There it is. All right. First question. Put on your thinking caps. Okay. I dropped something in one of my videos. It hit the floor. It hit the mat right in front of the kitchen on the floor. That real rubberized soft mat. And it didn't break. Can anybody tell me what it was? Tamara Amelin got it. It was an egg. I dropped the egg and I just knew it was going to break. It hit that mat at my feet and it just bounced. Okay, so that's one for Tamara Amelin. See the shot yesterday where he was laying beside you, so cute. Yeah. He likes to cuddle. He likes to get in my lap. Even if I'm sitting here editing a video, he'll meow and get beside me wanting to get up in my lap because he wants me to pay attention to him. And I'll get him in my lap and he'll lay back and throw his head back. And you think you're holding a baby, you know. He's so funny. You know how he lays on his back on the floor? That's what he'll do in my lap. He'll lay back on my arms with his face looking straight up at me. He's so funny. We got 31 people watching. Yeah, I got several people with the answer of egg, but Tamara Amelin was first on the wire with the answer egg, so she's the one that got the point. Okay, next question. What did I cook in a cast iron pan like the cowboys? What did I cook in my cast iron pan like the cowboys do? Joshua said if I was as small as Lucky, I might be in your lap too. Tamara Amelin got it again. I cooked the steak cowboy style like they do on the campfire. You know, it was in my cast iron skillet, and that's what they would have used on the campfire. I cooked my steak in my cast iron skillet. And I'll tell you what, that was the best steak I've ever had in my life. Other than a prime rib that I had them throw on the grill and just kind of leave it on each side for a minute or so. And that was the best prime rib in this world. So Tamara Amelin got that one. She got 2 points. Chow mein. I don't know if the cowboys cook chow mein on the open campfire. They might, but it was the steak. Sure, Joshua, tell Edith about your handheld fan. In fact, I like that steak so good I might fix me another one just like it. Gladys says I'm lagging. I thought we'd been on the live longer than 26 minutes. I guess I don't need to go through my questions too fast. There may be some other people popping in. Oh, my arm is so sore, y'all. That's what I get for doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. It hurts like a toothache. But years ago, I was in a car accident, and I dislocated this shoulder, and it split the bone from the joint all the way down, about halfway. And they couldn't put me in a cast because it wouldn't do any good the way the break was. So they put me in a body sling, and it healed up. But I think I've got arthritis in that shoulder, and it's been aching. Tamara Ameling already got the answer. It was a steak that I cooked in the cast iron skillet, just like the cowboys do on the campfire. Edith showed the cook your fried rice recipe. I need to do me another video on fried rice. I love fried rice. That's cool. You can talk to me in Grandma Helen's chat before, Linda. Yeah, I've seen you in Grandma Helen's chat in her lives. Have you been watching her grandson's lives? You know, he wrecked his Corvette, got his face all bruised up pretty bad. Really, I didn't know Vicks Vapor Rub would help with the pain in your joints. Oh, it's right up there in that joint. So if I go to raise my arm on my own, it hurts like a toothache up there. I'll have to try Vicks Vapor Rub. I use Deep Heat and everything else. I haven't tried Vicks, though. Sure, go ahead and share, Edith. Yeah, he lost his Corvette, I'm sure, because I doubt there's any fixing that. Usually when you wreck one like that, it bends the frame, and then there's no fixing it. But I was sorry to hear that he did that. I mean, he spent a lot of time and effort on this Corvette. He really liked this Corvette. But you know, things like that happen. You can do everything just right, and then all of a sudden you have a part on your car that goes crazy, and just like his did, the throttle stuck, and there was no way he could stop the car. It was stuck in full speed ahead. Voltaren. I've never heard of Voltaren, Tamara. Yeah, the throttle, that's what I'm saying. It got stuck and he couldn't stop it. It got stuck in full speed ahead, just like he had floored the gas pedal. So even though he applied brakes, he was just skidding along the pavement. I'm sure it helped slow the car down somewhat, but I know the feeling. Years ago when I worked in Wilmington, North Carolina. How was I? I was probably 20 years old, something like that. And I had my 1966 Chevrolet Impala convertible is what I was driving to work. That was a neat car. But I worked at J.M. Fields in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I was living in my hometown at that time. And I had to travel 421 to get to work, to get to Wilmington from my hometown. And that was a well-known 18-wheeler highway. Those big trucks travel that highway all the time. And I was coming home from work one night. I got off at 10 o'clock because, of course, you got to stay and help clean the store up, you know, straighten everything up. And I was headed home. It was pouring down rain in the dark. And I come around this curve on 421 highway. And all of a sudden, there was taillights flashed on before my eyes. I slammed on brakes and my car just went right straight into the rear end of that Mustang. I pushed their rear bumper right up into their back seat. There was 5 young Marines in that car. All of them in uniform. They had been to Wilmington partying. I guess they were heading back to Camp Lejeune or wherever it was they were going. But my brake line busted. They said I hit the brake so hard, and I guess the line had gotten rusty because we lived around the beach, you know, the salt water. And that's one dangerous thing of living around the ocean, is it causes a lot of rust in your automobiles or anything metal. And that line was rusted enough that when I hit the brake, as hard as I hit it, it ruptured the brake line. Well, my brake fluid flew out. I had no brake. Even though I had floored the brake, I went straight into their rear end. And I knew I was going to hit, but there was nothing I could do. So I braced on the steering wheel and pushed myself back as far as I could into the seat. But, you know, I still was slammed forward on impact. I had bruises up here from where I hit the top of the steering wheel. I had bruises across my chest where I hit the bottom of the steering wheel. I had bruises on my legs where it hit the dash when I hit. And I couldn't get back in that car later. And thank goodness I was in this 1966 Chevrolet convertible. Those cars were made like army tanks years ago. And guess what? They were able to put that car in the shop. They replaced the radiator, the bumper, the fender, and it was as good as new. It totaled that Mustang. Yeah, it totaled the Mustang. And the Marines got a ticket for illegal parking because they were parked on the driving lane on the highway. And they took me to court trying to fight it. And in court, they said, well, this was a rear end collision. She hit us. You know, anytime you're hit from the rear, that should be their fault. And the judge said, no, not in this case. He said, I don't care if it was raining or what time of the night it was. You're 5 strappy Marines that were in that car. He said, "You've been through boot camp." He said it wouldn't have been nothing for the five of you to get out of that car and push the car off on the shoulder of the road out of the line of traffic. He said you chose to leave the car on the highway and sit in it with the lights turned off. And they said they turned the lights off because they didn't want the battery to die. And they only would turn the lights on when they knew there was a car there, so the car could see them. Well, on a wet highway, when it's pouring down rain, and you come through a curve, and all of a sudden there's a car, even though your brakes are good, you don't have time to stop. You're still going to hit them. Because, you don't know they're there until right then. I mean, all of a sudden, man, there was a car there. I couldn't do anything. And those Marines said, well, she could have went around us. He said, no, she was better off to hit you, because that is a well-traveled 18-wheeler highway. If she'd have tried to go around you, she could have hit an 18-wheeler head on. And I would have done exactly like she did, just hit what I was aiming for and hope for the best. So he threw it out. They got the ticket for illegal parking. They had to pay for my car to be repaired. And their car was towed to the junk pile. I'm a Taurus, Nisomi. I was born at May 7th, so I'm a Taurus. But yeah, I know the helpless feeling. When you know you can't stop. And you know there's something in front of you you're going to hit. I mean, it's an awful feeling, because there's not a thing in this world you can do. But just pray that, you don't get killed. Yeah, I had bruises all over my body from where I hit the dash with my knees. I hit like the top of my ribs down here were all bruised where I hit the steering wheel. I was all bruised up here from where I hit the steering wheel. My forehead had bruises where I hit the top of the steering wheel. Because that the steering wheels in a 1966 Chevrolet are really big. They're big steering wheels. Joshua said his brother got in a collision too. Yeah, I'm Taurus. I'm the bull. I'm a stubborn person. I'm interested because Taurus people can be found all over the world. My birthday is, May 6th. So your birthday is the day before mine. Mine is May 7th. My son is May 29th, so that bumped him up to being, Genesis? My daughter was born January 21st, so she's like the New Age people, Aquarius, or whatever they call them. I think it's Aquarius. The New Age people. Okay, I think it's time for another question. Question number 3, y'all. I was short an ingredient in my bread video. What was it? What ingredient did I short in that video? I didn't measure out enough of it. So it made me short in that video for that one ingredient. What was it? No, not sugar. Flour. That's exactly right. The bread video needed 5.5 cups of flour. And for some reason, I measured out 4.5 cups. I guess because my big measuring cup held 4 cups. And in my mind, I was thinking 5. So I just put that one measuring cup full, which was 4. And then I measured another 1/2 cup. And in my mind, I was thinking that was 5.5, but it wasn't. So I shorted myself 1 cup of flour. Tamara, you are something else. You're the only one that scored any points yet. Okay, question number 4. What was the Texas Roadhouse meal that I cooked? There goes Tamara again. It was salmon. Y'all are going to let Tamara win. She's always winning. It's either Tamara Ameling or Tamara Douglas. Seems like every time. But yeah, I cooked the salmon just like the Texas Roadhouse restaurant did. Sam. Okay, question number 4. No, let's see, 5. I posted a Sloppy Joe video. I talked about chicken nuggets. What did I say in the video that we do not want to eat, and posted it in the video? What did I say we did not want to ever eat? And I posted it in that video. It was the Sloppy Joe video. Anyone? Did I stump you, Tamara? She's coming up with question marks. Well, maybe you'll give somebody else a chance. Who watched the video? Who watched the Sloppy Joe video? And I was talking about this in the video. No, it wasn't crap, Gladys. Tamara Douglas says, I remember the video, but I can't remember the answer. Well, I told you a story about chicken nuggets when my son was growing up and how tight money was with me. And I bought a cheap brand of chicken nuggets and my son couldn't eat them. And we called them something. What did we call it? And we said, you don't want to eat that. No, I said the McDonald's chicken nuggets were really good. But when he was younger, and I was so pinching pennies, I didn't have money to buy groceries, really. And I bought a bag of pre-cooked chicken nuggets at Walmart, I think. It was the cheaper brand. But they were all scrap meat. It wasn't the pure white meat that, you get at McDonald's when you buy chicken nuggets. And my son called it something. And he said, we don't want to eat this. And he called it something. What did he call it? Or what did I call it? And I've heard people call some hamburger meat the same thing. Because they say you don't know what's in it. It's not a brand name or nothing like that. No, we didn't call it scrap meat. Called it something else. I mean, I know sometimes when y'all watch videos, you don't listen to everything that's said. Sometimes you only pay half attention to it. No, not mixed meat, not scrap meat. It was something else. Mystery meat. Tamara Douglas got it. It was mystery meat. So Tamara Douglas has got a point, and Tamara Aimling's got 4 points. Yeah, years ago, I heard kids joke about some of the places you go get hamburger, and they'd say it wasn't beef, it was mystery meat because you didn't know what kind of meat it was. Half the time they said it was horse meat, but they called it mystery meat. And I told that in the video. And I even said that my dad called some of the canned meat in the Navy, when you're in the service, they called it mystery meat because you never knew what was in the can. He said it was mystery meat, but I ate it anyway. But Tamara Douglas got that one. So far, Tamara Aimling's 3 ahead, so you got a ways to go to catch up. Yeah, my son refused to eat it. He took one bite of that. He said, "Mom, this is not chicken." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Look, this is not chicken." And what it was, it was chicken, but it was like chicken scraps and the dark meat chopped up and all that. It wasn't the pure white breast meat that normally you would get with chicken nuggets. And he wouldn't eat it. He said that was mystery meat. I'm not eating that junk. And I ended up throwing that whole bag of chicken nuggets away because we weren't going to eat mystery meat. I didn't like it either. Needless to say, I never bought any more of that stuff. Well, you didn't have to see the video, Joshua, because I talked about it in the video. If you were listening, you would have heard me say it. But I wish you could see them too, Joshua. All right, number 6. And all of you should get this. This one's not a hard one. What did I put up on the new arbor entering the garden? I had it in one of the videos where I put something up on the arbor at the entrance to the garden. What was it? Yeah, it was a sign, Tamara. Do you know what it said? By chance, but it was a sign, so you got that right. It was the sign one of the subscribers sent to me. It said to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. And I said that is the fitness place for that sign, is right up on that arbor as you're going into the garden. That's close, Tamara, but it said planting a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Nobody is getting any questions right except the 2 Tamaras. What's going on here? Okay, y'all, what did I do with the leftover sloppy joes? I did another video. What did I do with the sloppy joes? Yeah, I made tostadas. Tostadas. So you got that. Tamara Aimling's got 6 correct. Tamara Douglas has 1, and nobody else has any. Okay, question number 8. What was the last item that Vego Garden sent me? Tamara Aimling, a cart. Yep. They sent me the garden cart, and you can use it for any type of cart. And I need to do another review video on it, but I haven't had time to get it done. But they sent me that beautiful garden cart. Garden bench or whatever they want. I say it's a cart. Look great next to the grill. Yeah, you can use it as like a side cart for when you're grilling. Or like I said, you can flip the trays back up on the normal side because they're like 4 inches deep. And you can use it as your potting cart. Or you can use it as a cart to put plants on or whatever. So it's a multi-purpose cart. All right, number 9. When I was making the Betty Crocker streamlined bread, what did I drop in the floor? Probably nobody even noticed, but I did drop something in the floor. What was it? Nobody know what I dropped in the floor on that Betty Crocker streamline video? No, it's not an egg. I didn't drop an egg in that bread, that particular video. I dropped something else. Gladys said my brain. Not a cup, but it's close. Oh. Not a bow. I put yeast in the bread and I dropped something. What did I drop? That's a hint. Not a spoon. I know, like I said, you probably didn't even pay attention that I even dropped it. Tamara Douglas, it was a lid. It was the yeast jar lid. So Tamara Douglas got 2. Okay, in the video that I posted this morning, I mentioned that, I have 100 red onion bulbs to plant. Where did I say I was going to plant them in that video this morning, or part of them? I don't think 100 will fit. But I mentioned in the video that was one of the places I was thinking about planting part of them. Where was it? And that was just this morning. So if you watched this morning's video, you should have seen it. You should remember. Was it yesterday? I thought I posted the video this morning about covering up the plants for, freezing weather last night. I didn't post the video though this morning, did I? But it was in that video. And I had mentioned it in another video, but I didn't say where I was going to plant them. In this last video, I said where I was going to plant a lot of them, but I said it probably wouldn't hold 100 bulbs. Joshua said he didn't hear it today. In a back. I showed it in the video and I said I was thinking about planting them in that, but it probably wouldn't hold all 100 of them. Not a bucket or basket. Oh, my. I got to rub my shoulder in some Vicks Vapor Rub and see what happens. Y'all give up? No, not the greenhouse, not in a pot. Because some of my onion bulbs that I planted before in the totes, it got a little too wet through these cool winter months, and most of my bulbs rotted. So they do need sun, but they don't like real wet soil. And I had planted them there before, but it was in the summertime. So the dirt didn't stay as wet because the sun evaporated most of it. Yeah, I'm going to try it, Gladys. But remember where I planted corn last year, the popcorn, and it never did do anything? It was one or two little pieces came up, sprouted, but it never grew or did anything. That's where I'm thinking of planting some of my onions. It's in that raised bed out there where the strawberry beds are. So I've already told y'all the answer. Right now, Tamara Aimling has won the contest. I don't have any more questions. It was in the raised bed between the two strawberry raised beds that I've got strawberries planted in out there. I've been thinking about planting them there because it'll be drier, but I'm almost afraid it'll be too dry. So I don't know. So Tamara Aimling looks like she's won the bracelet and the little fox necklace. So I'll get those out to you, Tamara. You've won so many contests, you and Tamara Douglas, that I've got your addresses already. You only had 10 questions, so. When is Easter? Can anybody tell me when Easter is? I should remember, but I don't. April 5th. We'll have to probably do a giveaway for Easter too. It's not that far off, is it? Tamara Ameling said, please send it to Joshua. Perhaps he has a special someone to give it to. I don't know, Joshua. Do you have someone that you'd like to give this necklace and bracelet to? If so, you need to send me your mailing address, because I don't have Joshua's mailing address. Tamara said to send it to you. I'll have to come up with a good prize for Easter. To give one away for Easter. Give something away for Easter. I don't know what it will be yet. Joshua, oh, let's see. My stupid... I just started trying to type. And my chat box went away. Oh. I just posted my email address in chat, Joshua. HauserLinda49@gmail.com. You can send me your mailing address to that email, and then I can send you the necklace and the bracelet. If you want it. If not, I'll send it to Tamara. It's up to you. She said if you had somebody special to give it to, that she'd send it to you. I can send it to her. Okay, Joshua. I'll send it to Tamara. She's the one that won it. Congratulations, Tamara. You just got you a fox necklace, heart necklace, and a heart bracelet. And like I said, the necklace has, and it's right down here on the side, around here. It's, I think the best I can see it is always be clever. Because I know the foxes are always clever animals. They always tell you to be smart like a fox. You're welcome, Tamara. Yeah, now I got to think of something something to give away for Easter. I don't know what it'll be. But we can do another contest for Easter. Between now and Easter, you'll have to be watching videos for me to get questions off of. So what's everybody's plans for the rest of the day today? I don't know what I'm going to do. The wind has stopped blowing. It's a nice day. I need to get my onion bulbs planted. I need to get my asparagus crowns planted. I got 3 or 4 of those to plant. But I don't know if I'm going to be ambitious enough to get it done today or not. You ever had any of those days where you're not motivated to really do anything? And then other days I can't wait to get started. Well, today's one of those days that I don't really care if I get anything done or not. Eat corned beef, cabbage, potatoes, carrots, and soda bread. That sounds good, Tamara. I haven't fixed corned beef in years. It's been a long time. And I love corned beef. And I got a half a cabbage that I need to cook. Tamara Douglas said she's making chicken a la king. I love chicken a la king. Yeah, I do my videos usually the day before I post them. So I did do that video that I posted this morning. I did it yesterday while I was covering up all my plants for last night. You had beef last night, Frida? How are you doing, Frida? I know you haven't been doing too good. You've been in, I think you were the one that sent me the message that you had been in and out of St. Joe's. I'm listening here, and there are some things I didn't really get, but I think I'll message you sometime as a Taurus. I'll just say it's not that easy when you're being honest. What? But I think I'll miss. Yeah, you can message me anytime you like. You can send me a message on the videos in the comments, or you can send me an email. Yeah, I've been saying little prayers for you, Frida, that you'd be okay. And you're doing good now? Okay. Well, that's good to hear. When Joshua Googled up his handheld fan, they were saying this moves up to 5.2 minutes per second, miles per second, or whatever, of air. What is that in miles per hour? I have no idea. 5.2 miles per second. What is that per hour? That's pretty fast. That hurts my brain to even think about trying to calculate that. And there's Caleb. Hello, Caleb. How's the new dad doing? I'm doing good. You still enjoying that little one? That new addition to your family? Oh, it's meters per second, not minutes per second. I don't know. I was thinking it was miles per second. I don't know. There's 60 seconds to a minute. So you'd have to do the math. Turn it into minutes and then into hours, I guess. I don't know. Y'all remember that Caleb was a new dad. Not long ago, he become a new dad. I wonder what 5.2 meters per second in miles are. I don't know. You'd have to do the math on that. Well, you missed all the questions, so we gave the prize away already. Tamara Ameling won the heart and fox necklace and the heart bracelet because she answered, what was it? Let's see. 3, 6, 7. She answered like 7 questions out of 10 or so. Tamara Douglas got 2 of them. But Tamara Ameling won the necklace and the bracelet. Yep, you come in just a little bit late. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do, is not doing anything to strain my shoulder or my arm. That's one reason I'm hesitant on getting out there doing anything with those onion bulbs yet, because I need to put more dirt and stuff in that raised bed before I plant the bulbs. And that means having to pick up buckets of dirt and soil and compost and move it. So yeah, happy St. Patty's Day to everybody out there. Yeah, I had some problems getting the live started, so I had to delete out the original and redo the whole thing before it would let me go live. So I was afraid I'd miss people by doing that. But we were live by about 2:30, somewhere along in there. And I know it was set for 2 o'clock. It's 1:25 a.m. tonight. My newborn baby playing with me and his mother. That's one good thing about babies. They don't know the time. They don't distinguish 1 a.m. from 1 p.m. They don't care. Yeah, they're up to play at 1:30 in the morning just as much as they would be at 1:30 in the afternoon. So babies have no comprehension on what time of day it is. They just know what they want to do. They want to be held and cuddled and talked to and played with and all that good stuff. Well, we've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes. We gave the prizes away. So y'all be looking and watching videos between now and Easter, because we'll probably do another giveaway on Easter night or something. I don't know what I'll be doing Easter day, so I don't know when to schedule it. It may even be the day before Easter. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's for 4/27. No, I didn't make any corned beef and cabbage today. I think Tamara said she cooked that. She made corned beef and cabbage and um, was it sourdough bread or something? Time for Jeopardy. I haven't watched Jeopardy in years. Does it still even come on? Love my Jeopardy. I used to love to watch Price is Right. Where I thought it was so interesting where sometimes you can win a prize and then Bob Barker would tell you, well, you can keep that prize or you can pick one of the doors, what's behind one of the doors up here. Which do you want to do? And sometimes you might have a really good prize and then you pick a bad prize behind the door, you know? And other times you pick a fantastic prize behind the door. You never know what you were going to get. You watch the Price is Right every morning and Wheel of Fortune every night. Yeah, Price of Right to me was so good. It was so neat. Because I try to determine what I would do if I was in those people's places. Would I trade in what I already had and knew what I had if it was a good prize for something that was unknown? Should I take a chance on getting a dud, you know? Or make a deal, yeah. But you know, Price is Right did that too. You could sometimes get the right price and win the prize, and he'd ask if you wanted to keep that or change it for something, you know, the unknown. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It still is. Drew Carey hosts it now. You should start watching it again. I haven't watched regular television in probably 3 or 4 years. I don't usually can find anything on regular TV that I want to watch. I'm always watching movies and stuff off of YouTube. I find usually better movies on YouTube than I do on regular TV. But I never thought about the game shows. No, I don't pay extra for those. I can't afford it. I mean, I pay quite a bit for my cable TV, just basic channels, and I can't afford to pay extra subscriptions to Paramount Plus and all these other things because, I mean, you start doing that, it just all adds up. I can't afford to pay it. The old episodes are on YouTube. You can watch them for free. Well, I found that a lot of the newer movies are on YouTube as well. I was surprised because people are not supposed to record the newer movies and put them on YouTube, but a lot of people do. And you can find a lot of the real recent movies on YouTube and watch them for free. And I do it all the time. But I'll have to check that out, Elaine, and see what game shows I can come up with to watch. There was a few Iranian channels that I was watching because I found it interesting the way they live in caves and how they dig them out and they tile the walls and the ceiling and you look like you're in a regular house when you're inside. I found it all interesting how they do. It's fun to see what was considered a great prize during different decades. Yeah. Okay, well, I was going to say goodbye a little bit ago, and then I got talking again. So, y'all have a blessed day. Make good of the rest of your day. Have a blessed night. And I guess we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And I hope all of you will come back for the next live. And watch my videos above all so you can have a chance at winning the prizes when we do go live. God bless you, Elaine, and everybody else that's watching. Y'all have a blessed day. Love y'all.